G'day and welcome to another edition of Chewing the Fat. Bevo here today down at the Holdfast Hotel, the beautiful Holdfast Hotel. Get on down here and get yourself a bite to eat. Be looked after by some of the best staff in Adelaide as well. Shout out to Jeff Owens, the owner. Also shout out to Anytime Fitness Glenelg, our major sponsor, and also 90 Mile Wines. Keep up the great work, guys. Now today we're joined by our C2 World Champion Para Cyclist. That is Darren Hicks. Darren, great to have you on Chewing the Fat.
Thanks very much, mate. I appreciate it. Really great to have a chat to you.
Now, you've had a very interesting journey. You started off as a BMX rider when you were younger, and through tragedy and with unfortunate circumstances, you became a paracyclist. Talk us through your journey and how you became a world champion cyclist.
Right. Well, I started racing BMX when I was probably about 11 or 12. Absolutely loved it. It was the best thing in the world. I'd raced for about 20 years until I had my accident. So I was involved in a motor vehicle accident in 2014. We won't get too much into the details of that, but the main part of it was that I had a C2 fracture, which is the top vertebrae. I snapped that in half and also I had my leg amputated just above the knee. Not ideal, of course. So BMX went out the window as soon as the leg went, which is a shame. But road cycling and track cycling sort of took its place. And
you've had an interesting story because you started off in 2015 with the paracycling and you actually quit the sport, and then you thought, I'm going to give this up, I'm not interested anymore. But a coach actually approached you, and since then it's been an incredible story. Talk us through that.
Right, well, I sort of probably get into racing a little bit too early after the accident and the rehab. So in 2015 I raced my first national and world level race and ended up getting beaten by 53 minutes. I think I raced another race again about a week or two later. It was a bit better. I think it was about 45 minutes that I lost by, but just was really disheartened. Not sure what I expected. I hadn't been training all that long, but I just didn't know if it was for me. So I pretty much just hung the bike up for about 8 months, and then a local coach, Loz Shaw, approached me and just said, "Look, I know you had a go, quite a few months ago. Didn't turn out right. I've got an idea though. You're currently riding with a prosthetic. If we lose the prosthetic and just ride with a single leg, just your left leg, then it will actually put you down a category. What do you think about giving that a shot?" And I was hesitant, but at the time I sort of hadn't really found any other goals that I wanted to set myself. So I thought, all right, that sounds odd, but let's give it a shot. We started sort of working together straight after that, and 2 months later, I think 2 or 3 months later, we went to nationals, and I was about a minute or so off the pace. So it seemed to work out all right.
Unbelievable story. Yeah, well done on that. And this year you actually won gold in the 3-kilometre track paracycling world champs over there in Netherlands, which is congratulations to you on that, an amazing effort. Talk us through this.
Well, track was never really a big part of what I was focusing on. I always sort of wanted to make my mark on the road, particularly the road time trial. But as part of all of our training we sort of do a lot of short work as well as the longer work. So on the track, we changed a few things up from the first year and a half worth of racing, and we found quite a few seconds that I didn't know was sort of there to be found, and went from being maybe a top 6 rider to really having a good shot at winning a gold. So we focused pretty hard on the 3K individual pursuit for the last sort of 2 or 3 months leading up to Worlds. Got within a second, I think it was, of the world record, and that sort of made me realise, all right, we've got a really good shot here. So focused on the 3K, and things worked out really well in Netherlands.
And where to from here? You've got Tokyo Paralympics coming up next year. What's coming up for you in the next few months?
We've got quite a few races coming up in the next couple of months. So we've got a World Cup in Canada, which will be a road time trial and a road race. Then lucky enough, we've actually got a training camp in Italy, so we can get away from the Adelaide winter and go train in some Italian summer. Then straight from Italy, we go back to Holland again, or the Netherlands, sorry. And we've got the Road World Championships. So again, a road race and a road time trial. And then after that, we've a few of the team are heading off to Yorkshire as well to race in a C1 event, which is part of the able-bodied Road World Championships. So big couple of months coming up, but really looking forward to it.
Exciting times ahead, and we look forward to seeing you going well next year in Tokyo. What sort of training's involved, Darren, a typical day as a paracyclist?
Day-to-day obviously does change a fair bit, but for the most part, we're on the bike at least once or twice a day, upwards from 3 to 5 hours. So especially during the road season like we're in at the moment, I think I'll be doing 20 to 24 sort of hours on the bike each week, plus multiple gym sessions, and then all your stretching and foam rolling and stuff like that still needs to be done for maintenance after all the riding. So it's pretty full on. Yeah, it's a full-time job, that's for sure.
And a mate of yours, Jed Auswager, shout out to Jed, we had him recently on. He said you're a bit of a keen golfer as well, and you guys thought about having a crack at the MT Nationals, is that right?
Yeah, it's a couple of years ago now, unfortunately. We haven't really caught up for a game of golf in quite a long time. He's been pretty busy doing his rowing thing, and I'm busy doing my cycling thing, but when there is downtime, which there isn't much of course, but when there is some downtime, it's good to have a hit of golf and just relax. Hit me up, Jed. We need to go have a game, mate. It's been too long.
I like it. And other interests outside of being a paracyclist as well, Darren?
Not a huge amount. Also, I do like my golf. I like my motorbikes. I actually quite like cooking. Not that I get a lot of time to do either of those things. Other than that, it's like cycling really is my full-time job. It's the only thing I do. So most of my time really just rolls around that, unfortunately. I'd like to have lots more time to do other things, but then again, I wouldn't be quite as successful if I didn't put all the time into cycling, I think. So plenty of time later in life to do all the other bits and pieces. Right now, we're focusing on the riding.
And you're also a part of Stewie McCulley's Next Elite mentoring program, which is just terrific. That's mentoring athletes within South Australia, and he's doing a great job. Shout out to Stu as well. He actually recommended you today, Darren. So tell us more about Stewie and the academy.
Right, well, Stewie's Next Level Elite Mentoring is the program that Stu's created, which is fantastic. So what he does is he takes on, I think it's 6 to 8 athletes every 3 or 4 months, I think, that the program's run, and we run through 5 to 6 different mentors throughout the course. So the idea behind it all is really preparing athletes to take that next step into becoming elite athletes. So getting us ready to speak to media, to work on our social media profiles, to manage finances, mindset. There's quite a few different parts that the course runs through, which has really helped, that's for sure, in for me, especially taking that next step from, I think I've been elite for, a year or two, that's for sure, but the mindset of being elite is really different to just being the athlete. So it's been really helpful going through his program, and look forward to using the tools that I've learnt, especially coming into a big year next year.
Well, Darren Hicks, World Champion Para Cyclist, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on Chewing the Fat. Thank you to Justin for doing a great job of filming for us, and for the Holdfast Hotel as always. Thanks so much, mate. All the very best next year as well in the Paralympics, and hopefully we'll see you winning gold.